Aspirants, consistency creates rank. And today we continue that consistency with another focused discussion on environment current affairs of the month June. So the topics for today's discussions are Green India Mission, Delhi Artificial Rain Project, Global Drought Outlook 2025, Aravalli Green Wall Initiative, International Big Cat Alliance, Stratospheric Aerosol Injection, UN Ocean Conference. So let's get started. Over to Rajesh Sir.
Thank you, Chaitanya Ma'am. A Green India mission is in news. Recently, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change revised Green India Mission plan. So for 2021 to 2030, and also Green India Mission is one of the important 8 missions under NAPCC, National Action Plan on Climate Change. So let us know about the revised Green India Mission. So we have retained the core objectives of Green India Mission. So that is, we have to protect, restore, and enhance forest cover, and also we have to respond to climate changes, so through mitigation and adaptation strategies. So that is the first thing. The second thing is, so this revised Green India Mission is in align with India's NDC, so which comes under Paris Agreement. So in this we are creating carbon sink, so which is equivalent to around 2.5 tons to 3 tons of carbon dioxide. So then we also focuses on micro ecosystem approach. So that is targeting the specific landscapes such as Himalayas, even Aravallis, Western Ghats and mangroves. And also we are promoting community participation through Joint Forest Management Committee. And also we have integrated this revised Green India Mission with MGNREGA and CAMPA. And also try to know about other 7 missions under NAPCC, so National Action Plan on Climate Change.
With relevance to this topic, we have a PYQ. The question is, which of the following best describes the aim of Green India Mission of the Government of India? 1. Incorporating environmental benefits and cost into the union and state budgets, thereby implementing the green accounting. Number 2. Launching the second green revolution to enhance agricultural output so as to ensure food security to one and all in the future. Number 3. Restoring and enhancing forest cover and responding to climate change by a combination of adaptation and mitigation measures. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Aspirants, we want you to comment the right answer in the comment section below.
Next topic is Delhi Artificial Rain Project is in news. It is led by IIT Kanpur along with Delhi government. The main aim of the project is to reduce post-Diwali pollution through rain. So in this we are using silver iodide, potassium iodide, even dry ice and liquid propane as substance to create artificial rain. So UPSC already asked the various agents involved in artificial rain. So know the question in detail. So then we have to know the various methods involved in artificial raining, such as usage of aircraft or ground based generators, etc. So then try to understand the mechanism with respect to artificial rain. So then we have to know the applications of artificial rain. So there we can expect the question. So we can use artificial rain in agriculture, especially to create rain in drought regions, and also in power generation we can increase the production of hydroelectricity with the help of artificial rain. So then it is used to tackle air pollution through rain. So this is all about artificial rain.
Well, thank you Rajesh Sir. Over to Suresh Sir.
Thank you, Chaitanya Ma'am. The next important topic is Global Drought Outlook. It was in news because as per this report, India is becoming hotspot for flash flood due to climate change. So in this context, we should know about who releases this report. It is released by OECD. Along with that, you should know about the definition of flash floods. Also, you should know about the key terminologies related to droughts like meteorological drought and ecological drought is also there. Please read about El Nino Southern Oscillation. You should also know about the initiatives taken by both globally with respect to India to address the drought issue. With respect to globally, you should know about the UNCCD initiative. Also, International Drought Management Program by World Meteorological Organization and Global Water Partnership. With respect to India, you should know about the initiatives like National Agricultural Drought Assessment Monitoring System, Atal Bhujal Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. These are all the areas you must focus on. Next topic is Aravalli Green Wall Initiative. It was in news because on World Environment Day, government relaunched this initiative once again. So in this context, we should know about which ministry launched this initiative. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This initiative is inspired from Africa's Great Green Wall Project. So along with that, you should know about it covers 4 regions. One is Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Delhi. Along with that, you should know about the objectives of this initiative. It aims to restoring the degraded forest land, improving the water retention, along with that encouraging the plants of indigenous species. Along with that, you should know about the funding pattern. This initiative is funded through existing schemes like VBG Ramji scheme and CAMPA and Green India Mission. To monitor this initiative, we are going to use the advanced technologies like Mary Life portal and even satellite mapping also we are going to use. Apart from this, you should focus on static portions of Aravalli range. You should know about which are the rivers flowing through this range. Along with that, you should know about the flora and fauna of this range and also know the highest peaks. Also, you should know about the climate of this region. So these are all the areas you must focus on.
Well, Suresh Sir, we have a PYQ with relevance to this topic. Consider the following statements. The Global Ocean Alliance 30 by 30 is an international initiative to protect at least 30% of the global ocean as marine protected areas by 2030. The United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification is the only legally binding international agreement linking environment and development to sustainable land management. Which of the following statements given above are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. Well, thank you, Suresh Sir. Over to Vikas Sir.
Thank you, Chaitanya Ma'am. So from the month of June, we see that with respect to environment, one of the important topic that is in news is IBCA, that is International Big Cat Alliance. Now we see that in this month, the first International Big Cat Alliance Assembly was held in New Delhi, and India hosting this assembly with the Ministry of Environment being the president. So that makes it even more important. Now this itself can be a question where they can ask where it was held, who was the host country and which ministry is related to this. And the second aspect that we can expect here is the basics of IBCA. So now we see that the International Big Cat Alliance has its main aim or objective with the habitat conservation being the objective, and second, it tries to conserve the habitat of 7 big cats, that is lion, tiger, cheetah, leopard, snow leopard, jaguar and puma. Now in this context, we also need to know little bit about these 7 cats, knowing about the habitat, whether they are diurnal or nocturnal animals, and also we need to know which ones are native to India and which ones are non-native to India. These are the basics we have to be covering here. And the second topic that we see in news is stratospheric aerosol injection. Now we see that Earth's Future Journal had released a report saying that this mechanism of stratospheric aerosol injection is a stopgate, meaning to say that it's only a temporary solution, wherein it says yes, it can help to some extent to control the problem of climate change, but it's not a long-term solution. So that is what the report says. So now here we need to go back to the basics, knowing about what is stratospheric aerosol injection. So it's basically a geoengineering technique wherein we try to spray the reflective sulfate aerosols into the stratosphere so that the Earth's albedo increases, that is increasing the reflective capacity with respect to the incoming solar radiations, thereby reducing the greenhouse gas absorption. So that is something we have to be knowing here, and also we need to know the possible long-term adverse implications of this. Now this report says that there can be possible shift in the monsoon patterns, and also there can be potential ozone depletion. So these are the adverse impacts that also has to be remembered in this context. So that is with respect to stratospheric aerosol injection.
Well, sir, we have a PYQ with relevance to this topic. Aspirants, please find the PYQ popped on the screen.
And the third topic that we see is UN Ocean Conference. Now we see that UN Ocean Conference 2025 was held in Nice, France. So now one, we need to know where this was held, and second most important thing is they have come up with an initiative called 10,000 ships for the ocean. Now this catchword becomes very important because we usually see that UPSC is fond of such catchwords. So they can simply ask a one-liner asking what is 10,000 ships for the ocean initiative. So this initiative is mainly to improve maritime weather data and provide for real-time early warning system. So this can be like a one-line question asking 10,000 ocean initiatives is with respect to which of the following. So that is something we have to be knowing here, ma'am.
Well, aspirants, keep preparing. That's it for the day. Thank you.